Good afternoon to all of you. And thank you, Dr. Preetham Singh, for really pulling me into this. And of course, Dr. Asha was the one who initiated this. And uh, my fellow panelist and our moderator, Dr. Jaiswal. So perhaps our subject was very heavy, so we have less people sitting there. Uh, yeah, I think you said it very well. You really triggered it off by saying that technology is really impacting all of us. And the way I sort of would like to articulate before I start is that actually every organization, every company is now, in a way, a technology company, because I'm not aware of any company which is not really leveraging technology to create a competitive edge. So technology has two dimensions to it. It's very, very disruptive, and it is also very transformative, right? So it is disruptive because it helps you create disruptive business models, right, having an impact on the world. It is transformative because you can, by leveraging technology, also solve a lot of world problems and find some solutions to those pieces. So I think it's a very, very apt subject to bring technology into learning and talk about it. See, learning is now on fingertips. You talked about the Khan Academy, right? It's just available on fingertips today. But the challenge with the academic institutions, and I'll talk more from an MBA and an academic institution, is how do you or how do we, sort of keep pace with the changes that are taking place? So that's the biggest challenge, and the change is so fast. So how do professors really imbibe, then are able to sort of enable the learners, the students? I mean, how do we do that? It's so fast. The times are just being shrunk, and the way the institutes and the colleges that are opening up in India, and thanks to the government of India's norms, which is very, very good, you sometimes fear that how many of them would really continue, or how will they really manage to give that quality educations. So institutes going forward need to have a very, very compelling proposition, right? And and as I said, they will and they must leverage technology to create that compelling proposition, right? To be able to stand out, right? Or to be able to, let me call it, stand apart from other places. The reason why we are not, I'm not saying that there's a lot of investments happening in IITs and some other places, but I think we have still not brought in a lot of technology into learning. So let me tell you what's happening on the learning front from my own experience and my corporation experience. What is technology coming into learning, what is happening on that front? So let me tell you. So we have, for example, got a platform which says Your Learning. It's an IBM platform. And it sort of helps the learners or the students scale to a certain level in the shortest possible time, right? So things are going to shrink. Now, how does that happen? So let me take another example, which is there. So let's look at the underlying platforms. Of course, are CloudNet we call it, and this Bluemix. And then below that, and some of you might have heard, is about our cognitive technologies, which is the Watson, which is getting into. And this is a cognitive technology. It is learning as you are learning. Now, all of us sitting here, we are from different schools, from different towns, from different family backgrounds, right? From different colleges to from different institutes. And all through different friends, different groups. So all that which is with us has tailor-made how we learn. So we are all different. So each one's learning style, our learning is going to be different. So how do you ensure 100 students or 200 students or 150 students or 50 students who are going out, by and large, all of them have a certain level of, let us say, understanding and knowledge when they move out, because my sessions, my classroom, my content is same, and my number of periods are same. But no, each one of us has a different learning stamina. So what do we do about it? So this sort of platform it starts learning the learner. So it starts looking at it, yes, this is my career aspiration. If this is my career aspiration, then maybe I need to go through these programs. But then I don't like going through the written material. I don't want to study the case studies. I want to listen to people. So you can access videos. Oh, by the way, I was listening to this guy. This guy mentioned about a particular book, right? What would that be? So this platform sort of throws at you all sorts of material depending on your aspirations, the trajectory that you want to take in your career, the shifts that you want to make out, right? And then you start acquiring learning and education out of various inputs that are coming your way. So it learns you, it provides you based on your learning style, the pace at which you learn, it starts giving you. Now, the learning that is happening in the past, and we were just talking about it, and it's sort of changed, is that you would have a content. It's like a pipe. There's a content creation, there's curation, content creation, whatever it is happening, it's coming about, it is delivered. But you just said, and which was very right, future is research, but there is experiences happening now, things are happening now. So these platforms, right, for example, the platform that we have, and I'm sure maybe somebody else is building another platform, pulls in information from all over the places. So today, within our own corporation, that is how we always, before we go to our clients, we start something within. There are about 30,000 to 100,000 transactions that happen every day. There are 400,000 learners which are there. And you can learn this by 24/7. You have professors, you have tools like whiteboarding, everything they're teaching. You can at your pace learn. And I think many institutes across the globe, the very forward-looking, thinking institutes, are building technology platforms, bringing their education and everything onto those so that their students, whether they want to do it at night or afternoon or morning, they can access it. And the professors come there to answer clarifications or to have a discussion and dialogue and not to give any content. Because content is available in various forms that is there. So can you engage then and answer, you have your clarifications. So traditional business model of content creation, delivery is sort of just getting dissipated. It's just a question of time. So, that's going to happen. So we talked about earlier about the virtual learning, etc. This is going to be a reality. Also, I think for a country like ours, it is becoming digital. For a country like ours, and we talked about the towns and the other places, educational institutions are a very capital intensive thing. You need land, you need to build the properties, you need to continue to make sure they are maintained. It's a very thing. Which technology doesn't require you to reach all your learners. Without having such large infrastructures, you can still reach them. And you can have thousands of people across the globe who could join you and learn for you. So you are not only limited to that rural area or something, but you can reach out anywhere, provided you have the right material, right platforms which are there. So in the last, there are 2 points that I want to talk about. Also, we keep talking about millennials. I think there's a lot of work that has been happened, the books and the research that has happened, and I was gifted that book in your institute. I think there's a PwC study which says 41% of these millennials communicate electronically. 41% of them today. And this is PwC International. When we say electronically, it doesn't mean using phone. No, they don't want to talk on phone. They are into various modes. We all know WhatsApp, WeChat, all this. They're into messengers. They're talking about it. The learning is happening on there. And the education, as I look at it, the education must allow discovery. It must allow exploration. It must allow immersion. And then it must lead to adoption. And then it must lead to the application of the knowledge after you have adopted. Technology platforms like the one we have introduced in our organization, right, where I was giving you those statistics of number of people, number of transactions, is being extremely successful. And there's an information being pulled out from at least nearly 80 trusted sources. Now, when somebody comes and says that we would like to do some program for you, we would like to do something, I take some time to explain them that, we moved forward, we moved ahead, our learning is getting imparted in a different way. And by the way, our universities and educational institutions who have shown extreme interest, and some of them are already sort of looking at it and adopting this way. And there are others who have got different platforms, and they're working on that one. So I think, in short, yes, I think technology is going to be a disruptive in the area of education as well, and how education is imparted. The digital world will allow us to use that. The students and the millennials who are coming up are friendly with this. They would like to learn at their pace, their time, when they want, and it will allow you to do the whole piece of discovery, exploration, immersion, adoption. So it is an important subject, and I'm sure the others are going to talk about it, and any questions are there, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.